What's going on? Hey, Elaine. Oh, I'm sorry you're in pain, Elaine. Well, we're gonna give you a prescription for pain tonight. How's that sound? Give you a little injection of humor. How's that? Maybe that'll help you out a little bit. I got a little bit of shit here lined up. Thought I'd share it with y'all, but first we're gonna see how everyone's doing. Sorry you're not feeling good tonight, Elaine. It's unfortunate, but good vibes and prayers headed your way, Elaine. So, as you can see, I decided to call the video Show and Tell Saturday Night. Why? Well, I was in my collection room. It's kind of like my junk room where I put everything that's like, stuff I've been saving for years. Like collectibles and records, CDs, baseball cards, anything sports related, DVDs, videos, anything. That's like the room where if I don't know where something goes, I put it in there. It's like, it's like a little, like my history room. Okay. It's like stuff I've been saving for years, just like, it's not junk. It's just stuff that I don't want to get rid of. And for some reason or another, it means something, or it brings back a memory. I'm sure we all got shit that, you keep just for the hell of it, So, exactly, time capsule room. So I picked out a few things tonight. Maybe I'll make this like a Saturday night thing from now on or something, because I could go on for many videos with this, but figured it'd be like a portion of the show. You guys can talk about it. We can interact about it, and chit chat, and we'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about tonight. Okay. It doesn't have to just be about this. It would be about anything, whatever you want to talk about. It's cool. So, on that note, let's see, what time is it? It's 12:07. What's that? What's it? A couple weeks to Christmas, 2.5 weeks. So it's coming up fast. Coming up real fast. It's going to be here before you know it. It's kind of cool here, kind of cold. We've got some snow, a little bit of snow. Let's see. I don't know, but I don't know who's going to show up tonight. I don't know how many people are going to come in. I figured maybe give them a few minutes to come in before I start, but Jane is gonna be on the sidelines tonight. She's all tired out and she's in bed, so she had a long day today. So I'm gonna be by myself here probably, unless somebody else wants to come up. And you're all welcome. I dropped the link, so if you don't want to come up, that's cool too. I'll just sit here and run my mouth. I don't care. When I run out of gas, I run out of gas, and that's the end of it. So, like I said, guys, it's your channel, man. Whatever you want to talk about, I'm just bringing it. Hey, chat, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in tonight. Hope everything's good there in the state of Maine, staying warm. It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for showing up. Um, yeah, I was looking through a few things. I was like, yeah, I didn't want to bring too much out here. I wasn't sure how much I would need, but I was like, but I'll find a few things, something that maybe spark an interest, or you guys might think it's boring as shit or whatever. But yeah, it's freezing there. Okay, it's not been cool here. I think the high as it got was 31 today. So it's pretty chilly. It's keeping the snow frozen, thank God. I just hate it when it melts and turns into mud. Let's see here. Well, I could start out with one thing, I guess. I mean, I say this would go back to 2008, 2009, when cell phones are really starting to make it big in the world, okay? And I know some people had these, some people didn't. It was like 2008 was like kind of the year where like flip phones and your regular one piece like Nokias and stuff, those were starting to go out of date, and people were starting to get, Motorola was bringing in the Droid, and iPhone was coming out with their iPhone for the first time, I think. I'm not sure on that, but I know it was around 2008, because I've had cell phones probably since 2000. Well, I got my first one in 96, but they really started getting big around 2000. So I don't know if any guys recognize anything like this. Comes in a leather case. It's got the belt clip, you stick it on your jeans in your pocket or on your belt or something. These are pretty cool. And it's got a little magnetic holder here. Comes out like this. Boop. BlackBerry. Remember these things? And this particular one was through AT&T. Yeah, these were pretty cool, man. I like the keypad was really cool on them. It was like a push button type keyboard, and you had your home, you like your home key right here, and phone call. These were really cool for texting. They were pretty pricey, I think, back then. I'm trying to think. They went for about $800-900. I don't know. I think some people still use them. There's updated ones, but BlackBerry's really pretty much. They were really big in the UK. A lot of people used them. That was like the standard in Britain. A lot of people used them over there, and they were pretty much designed for corporate use. A lot of businessmen, they could send emails and receive files. It had you could look at PDF files and shit on them like that, and you could access the internet. I don't know, that it was kind of limited, but it was pretty cool. As far as going from like a flip phone to something like that, it was like, whoa. But yeah, they were pretty cool. And I think I had two of them, then decided to go with a Galaxy S2. I had an S2, and my wife had an S1. And we had problems with both of them. The ports where you charge them, they would wear out and loosen up, and you couldn't charge them, which sucked. And they weren't really cheap either to buy a new one. So we ended up buying external chargers, because at that time you could still take the battery out of the phone, put it in an external charger, charge it up, put it back in the phone, and your phone would work. You just couldn't charge it in the phone because the port sucked. And but the Galaxies were pretty cool phones. I mean, that was before I had an Apple, but I was really impressed with the Galaxy phones. They were so they were so able to do anything, any type of internet browsing. You could do social media, everything on these phones are like unstoppable. But my only gripe with those was they kept breaking, and my wife actually dropped hers once, broke the screen, and that was the end of that. And I think we both ended up going to iPhone. So I've never had a problem with my iPhone. I went from a S2, then I bought a Galaxy Note 4, which was probably one of the best phones I ever had. I love that phone. I used it for years until it just kind of got so slow and everything, and ended up selling it to somebody at work, and they used it because all they wanted to do was make phone calls and text on it. So it was perfect for him. And what did I buy? A Note 8. And I didn't like the phone. It was like really cheap feeling. It was kind of like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was just, for some reason, it was kind of cheap feeling in your hand and everything. So that's when, I think it was in 2018, I bought an Apple 7 Pro Max or 7 Pro. It was the bigger one. Actually, that's the phone I'm still using now. Right here. Boom. See? Apple 7 Pro. This thing's it's a monster. Works great. Never had a problem with it. Never once, ever. Great phone. It has 512 meg or gigs in it, I think. That was the max I could get at the time. That was through AT&T. I think it was $1,000. But I mean, I've had it for what is it now, 2020? I've had it for 6 years. It works great. Tay, what's up? I see you in there, buddy. I see you. We're just talking stuff here. Talking about cell phones. We're just about done with that. But, I know I'm rambling on here too much, but nobody else is saying nothing. So, I mean, hey, it's cool. You guys want to just chill out and watch? That's fine with me. Be right back. Let's see here. Checking out the. Oh, I was getting behind him now. Hi, Riddle, Tay, hey, chat, everybody. Sorry. I have movies we could go over. Yeah, whatever, Tay, man, whatever you want. What are we having for dinner tonight? Well, I believe I'm going to have a cheeseburger. Lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese on an onion roll. That's what I had last night. I bought these. I don't know if you guys ever heard of these. They're called Bubba Burgers. You find them in the frozen section of your grocery store. I tried these once a long time ago. I heard a commercial on the radio and I was listening to a baseball game. And I was like, I want to try those because I guess they use them at a lot of stadiums you know, around the country in the Major League Baseball. So it's like, I'll give them a shot. They're a little pricey, but I'll tell you what, they're good. You can get them with like bacon and cheese in them. I got sweet onions in mine, or you could just get them just plain. They're good burgers. I put them in the air fryer. I let them thaw for about an hour, then put them in the air fryer. You just need one because these are like, I think they're like 3rd-pound burgers. They're pretty good size. Okay. And just dress them up the way you want. You know, put a little mustard ketchup on it. I was like, this thing was rocking, man. I was like, margarita pizza. Yeah, those are good. So margarita, what's that like? It's like, you have to refresh my memory. Like, something green on it, right? Aren't they like Mediterranean type? Bought the dough at the store, yeah. That's how you do it. Making dough is a bitch. Done that before, and it's not usually very successful. Yeah, dough at the store. If you can find a little mom and pop's bakery, they have dough for like $1.50. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just let it rise and roll it out, or do whatever you do, and put your stuff on it. Oh yeah. Margarita pizza. Is that like mozzarella? It's like mainly like vegetables and stuff, isn't it? There's no red sauce on a margarita, I think. I could be wrong. I might be getting it mixed up with something else, but I bought frozen margarita pizzas from the grocery store before. I know they're real flat, thin, flat like crust dough, and um I don't remember a red sauce on them. I think they're like maybe a butter sauce or something, but they're good. If you can get one from a pizzeria, probably even better. But you know what you're doing, Chet. So I'm sure yours came out pretty good. You should make a video about it, show it. Too bad you couldn't set. That was one thing I wish they could do, is send pictures on the chat. You know, we could like show whatever. Marinara and basil. Oh, okay. Marinara and basil, yeah. Love basil on pizza, especially fresh basil. Oh my God, so good. Little cherry tomatoes chopped up in half. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's like you get tired of the same old type of pizzas. Oh, you're fine, Elaine. We're just talking pizza. You know, it's like I get sick of the same pizza over and over and over. It's nice to have something different, you know. You know, like a margarita pizza, or like some type of like, I like a white pizza with broccoli and onions. That's good. Um, um, like a chicken barbecue pizza sometimes are good. Anything but just cheese and pepperoni. I fucking sick of pepperoni. If I never had to eat pepperoni again on a pizza, I'd be just fine. Mac and cheese pizza, yeah. I've seen those in the grocery store too. I think DiGiorno's makes one of those, but I'm sure yours is a hell of a lot better. Mac and cheese pizza. I would put a little bit of Frank's or Tabasco sauce on that too, Elaine. Bet you that'd kick ass. You know what I've been seeing a lot on YouTube is, we don't have these around here, but you know, people have been eating or ordering pickle pizzas from places. They're like covered in dill pickles. I don't know how they would be, but I mean, I do like pickles, but Alfredo for the sauce. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Yeah. Chat, I've had so much pizza in my 50 years. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I think I've had more pizza than any other type of food. Seriously, like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, like when we first moved into this house, I swear to God, we were like ordering Domino's a couple times a night, a couple times a week, 2, 3 times a week. It's like you get the breadsticks and the wings and stuff. It was just like we didn't feel like cooking. It was like we both work second shift, so we'd come home at night and we're like, we don't feel like cooking. It's just like Domino's is open till 1. It's like bang. Yeah, carbs. Mm-hmm. Gotta have carbs. Don't tell Jane that. She's probably like ready to punch me out right now. Yeah, I try to moderate everything, carbs and proteins and fats. And, I'm not a huge eater. I mean, it doesn't look like it looks like I eat a lot, but I don't. I mean, I just pretty much been big my whole life, but I mean, I don't eat half as much as I used to. Shit. When I was like in my 20s, I could sit and eat a whole pizza, no problem. 12-inch sub, take a 12-inch sub down in like 10, 15 minutes, no problem. Now I buy a 12-inch sub and I can only eat half of it. Go out for wings, like wing night. Shit, I could put down 2 dozen wings and a pitcher of beer, no problem. Now I eat like six wings and I'm like, ugh, can't eat anymore. That's it. Third shift fucking screwed my stomach up for life. Working third shift, not eating. I think my stomach shrunk. I lost a ton of weight and just like I can't overeat anymore. But I have no problem putting the beer down. I can put that down, no problem. And the Gatorade, drinking Gatorade like crazy. Ever since I've been sick, been pounding Gatorade. So, macaroni cheese pizza with the Alfredo sauce. That sounds good. It's too bad we couldn't there's not like some shipping service, it could like boom, have it sent, like use some technology or like just send it. Like, hey Elaine, here's $25. Can you send me one of those mac and cheese pizzas? And like boom, have it here, That'd be so cool. That's the next thing, Maybe what they'll do is have like drones like fly it to your house and shit. I know they do that with Amazon. Amazon delivers with drones sometimes in certain areas, but not here. We got those Amazon trucks everywhere, those little vans. They're everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see those Amazon vans. They're all over the place. All right, so speaking of macaroni and cheese, Elaine has brought us to the next topic of my show and tell. I don't know if you can see this. It's Kraft macaroni and cheese. There was these collectible toys they were putting out, I don't know, about 20 years ago or so for the anniversary of E.T. I kept this thing. I was like, yeah. I loved E.T. E.T. was like one of my favorite movies of all time. Saw it in the theater. I have like all the different versions and limited edition DVDs of it. Yeah, I love E.T. The box is really cool. It's got Elliot on the back riding his bike with his red hoodie. See that? Yeah, these came free with a box of macaroni and cheese. Yeah, this was actually a great movie. Great Steven Spielberg movie. One of his best, I think. Take an ET ride for free. Yeah. And little games on the side, little trivia and shit, you know. I like saving shit like this. Like I said, man, I like got tons of this stuff. So I love collectible shit like that, you know. Anything like movie related, music related, sports related. You know, I have an autograph picture of what the hell is his name? Pitcher for the Mets that threw a no hitter. Santana. He was a pitcher for the Twins, and the Mets picked him up, and he threw a no hitter at Shea Stadium. I have an autograph picture from him. I got that hanging on my wall in there. Got a lot of Giants stuff from like the '80s, and a lot of New York Mets stuff. We used to go to the games quite a bit, so I got like collectible stuff from down there, like bobbleheads. I'll show y'all. I'll show you all that shit. That's coming up. But you know, I just picked out a few things. I didn't know how this was gonna go tonight, so I was just like, well, I'll pick out a few things, see if anybody wants to talk about it, or just bring back memories. This has never been out of the box either. It says it's a bendable toy. What year? I'm just trying to see if there's a year on this. 2002. This was 2002, so it's like 22 years old. Yeah. Yeah, E.T. was awesome, man. I remember seeing that. I saw so many good movies when I was a kid, like epic movies, like Gene Simmons is saying help on Twitter. I don't know what his problem is, but he's saying help. Like I remember like seeing the very first Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I saw those in the theater. Smokey and the Bandit. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Saw that one. Maybe the second one. I can't remember. Everything. We used to go to movies every weekend. That was like a Saturday thing when we were kids. What was that called? Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds. Oh my God, I love that movie. That was like, I have that on DVD too. I love that. That's like one of my all-time favorites, man, because, I love my cars and shit. So that was another thing I used to collect. I used to collect cars, but my wife was getting pissed off about that, so I ended up selling everything. Had some nice cars, decent cars, but around here, the weather sucks. Half the year you can't really drive sports cars and stuff, so it's like we were running out of room. And then the state was like, they came up with this law: you can't keep cars on your property without license plates. So they code enforcement would drive around and give you tickets and shit if you had cars in your driveway without license plates. So that was another reason. I was like, I had what did I have? A 79 Porsche 924. It was cayenne red. Had a couple Mustang 5.0s. Toyota Supra. Yeah, I ended up getting rid of all of those. It was just, you can only have one car, especially when you're working all the time, It's like, Plus, and you got your house, you got to take care of. The house is more important, so you got to work and take care of your house and everything like that. It's like, it's got to be too much. Plus, my started having problems with my feet and shit. I was like, well, I'm done. So, just bought an everyday car. Or driving everyday normal cars like an old man, like everybody else. So, who's in there? We got 2 people in there. I think we're gonna make this live about an hour. Okay, so it's about 34 minutes. So I think that's fair. If you know doesn't get fired up here soon, I'll just talk. I'll just talk. It's cool. I got nothing else to do, so just wanted to come live a little bit. I thought it'd be fun just to hang out, see how everyone's doing. I got a little message from Elaine. So I was like, well, I'm not doing nothing really good on TV. So you got one more thing. It's probably not as exciting as the other, but it has to do with Christmas. And I used to collect a lot of Christmas stuff, like ornaments, like for every year. Like I remember I don't know if you guys have a CVS pharmacy or not. I don't know. Chet might have one. I think that's like a New England thing, CVS pharmacies. But starting in like 1990 or 91, they started giving you a Christmas ornament. Every time you went in there to buy something, you get like an ornament, and it had the year on it. And I had shitloads of those. I collected those for about almost 20 years. I got all those in a box. Maybe I'll show those sometimes. But yeah, I get those. I got like sporting ornaments. I'm not gonna get. I got like I collect a lot of shit. I mean, like you can believe the weird shit I collect. I collect a lot of stuff. So that's what this is gonna be about. Saturday nights, I'll start doing this. And if you guys have anything you want to bring in, show off, or you got something you want to do a little show and tell, like remember in kindergarten, you'd have show and tell. Everybody had to bring one thing and stand up and talk about it and stuff. It's kind of like, I guess this as show and tell Saturday night. I guess that'd be something, if everybody wants to hop in. If not, that's cool. Just watch and whatever. But I remember I was in kindergarten when we used to do that. And I used to bring in like records. Believe it or not, I'd bring like records in and say, hey, I got this record. And, my teacher would let me put it on the record player. I remember I brought in like Saturday Night Fever, with like the Bee Gees and all the disco shit. I brought that one in. And, what else did I bring in? Shit. I don't know, but like that's what I was into. I was into like Matchbox cars. When I was in like kindergarten, I used to collect Matchbox cars and records, and I used to collect like radios. If somebody was like throwing out a radio or something, I'd pick it up out of the trash, take it home, and take it all apart and unscrew it all, and look at everything inside it, and try to figure out how it worked. And I love tearing shit apart when I was a kid, just to see how things work. It's like, all right, well, it's like, my dad was kind of like, he knew that he wasn't an electrical engineer or anything, but he was like went to school for something like that. I don't know, but he taught me how to solder when I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I'm like, I used to solder like for a living. Actually, one thing my parents taught me that actually made a lot of money from was soldering. It wasn't the greatest, but you're looking through a scope all day and soldering and shit. But hey, it brought in a paycheck, and didn't have to go to school to learn how to do it either. Marvin, what are you doing? Ready to go out? You're going to have to wait a couple minutes, buddy. All right. So here's my final piece of the evening. This is a collectible. I have quite a few of these. It's Star Wars, but they were put out by Hallmark. Okay. See that? Star Wars. It's a Christmas tree ornament, but I never took these out of the boxes. It's like C-3PO, I believe, or his brother. I don't remember C-3PO having any orange on him, but yeah, that's a Christmas decoration. Yeah. Yeah, they're made by Hallmark. Somebody used to buy these for me. Maybe my sister was buying these for me, but yeah, I collect Star Wars shit too. That's another thing I like. Anything that has to do with Star Wars. Yeah. Star Wars, or I like Star Trek stuff. Black Hole. Any sci-fi shit. I like that. I like all that. But my main thing is music. Collect a lot of music stuff. I got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of music stuff. Limited edition type stuff, collector's items. Marvin, oh my God. Just a couple minutes, buddy, okay? Yeah, my house is like, if you come in, I got like everywhere in my house is just records and thousands and thousands of CDs, records, cassettes, 8-tracks, you name it. It's like a library. That's what I collect, you know? It's like, oh, it's okay. All right, Elaine. I'm sorry. Hey, I hope you feel better. You know, hey, thanks for coming in, you know? You know, hey, peace. Hope you feel better, girl. Love you. Take care. We'll see you sometime. Hope you feel better. Everybody say a prayer for Elaine tonight. Hope she feels better. But yeah, I know I'm sitting here talking about myself, but you know, I'm just like, I don't have anything else to talk about. So, I mean, I'm just trying to give you guys idea of like my collector type stuff. I love collecting. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, you know, I'm just trying to give you an idea of like what I'm interested in. You know, it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just like I kind of like I don't know. I'm not a hermit or anything. I mean, I did get out a lot when I was in my younger years, but when I was young, I didn't have a lot of friends, so I collected. I like collecting stuff, and I was always a big collector of certain things, and you know, I hope nobody cares that, you know, I'm just trying to come up with content. You know, I'm trying to just show you, like, you know, somebody watching out there doesn't, you know, sometimes it's their first time to the channel. If they got something they want to put in, you know, and talk about or anything. What types of movies do I like? Oh, I like sci-fi. I like comedies. I like anything like, say, 1990 and earlier. I like 70s, 80s, and some early 90s movies. Those are my favorite. You know, it's like some of the 2000s video movies are good. I don't know, but it seems like I'm always catching up. Like in the 90s, I was watching the 80s movies. You know, in the 2000s, I was watching the 90s movies. You know, in the 2010s, I was watching the 2000s movies. I was always catching up. You know, it's like I really got into like Western movies. I love Clint Eastwood movies. I love Charles Bronson movies. Any sci-fi movies are cool. I love comedies. Um, I like Three Stooges. I like the old stuff. I like Three Stooges. I like the Honeymooners. Um, you know, I like watching old sitcoms like WKRP in Cincinnati. I like Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, A Team, Sanford and Son. You know, stuff I grew up with. You know, it's kind of like fun, fun to like you know, recapture your childhood. Hold on, I'm gonna let this dog out. Harvey, you gotta go out. You wanna go potty? All right. Yeah, I have I got tons. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I got like boxes and boxes and boxes of VHS movies sitting down in my basement. And I know they're fine. They're good because my basement's like all temperature and humidity controlled. So there's no mold or anything down there. So everything I store down there is gonna be okay. You know, I've got videos that have been sitting down there probably 20 years, you know, just huge ass, you know, like Tupperware containers just full of VHS tapes. Um, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of them. I figure, you know, they don't take up a lot of space. You know, I stack them up. I keep everything pretty much organized. So it's like I have a few VCRs that I know that still work good. So if I ever get in a mood someday, if I'm bored, I can hook up a old VHS player and watch some movies. But you know, even if I don't, I still always have that option. You know, it's like it's fun. It's just fun to relive your childhood, you know, and just sit back and watch something. You know, it's like that's even the quality's not that great, or there's like old commercials in the movies, especially like something you recorded off TV. It's like it's cool watching the commercials from like the 80s. I think that's fun. Um, you know, a bunch of old tapes of like we used to have a what do you call them, like a VHS camera, you know, sit on your shoulder, one of those big bulky things, weighed like 10 pounds. Battery lasts like 15 minutes on it, you know. Got those. I got a bunch of 8mm tapes from from the 90s. I had one of those little Sony Palm cams. You can buy them for like $49 now on Amazon, brand new, and they were like $700 back in the 90s. Yeah, so I mean, you never get bored in this house. There's always something to watch, something to do. Um, Speaking of which, the TV's been screwing up. I gotta get a new. I gotta get a new modem. My modem's been. I think my modem's shot. The Wi-Fi keeps dropping on everything, so I think something that needs to go back in a new modem. But yeah, so I don't know. Guess I'm getting towards the end, guys. I don't know what else to say, but um, you know, just thank you guys for all coming in and watching tonight. I know it's a short one, but hey, something short and sweet, right? Something to get on there, and you know, maybe you guys, you know, maybe I entertained you, maybe I bored you, whatever. But but maybe next Saturday we'll do this again. And hey, I welcome all you guys. You got one little thing you want to talk about, you know, something you like. It doesn't have to be something tangible, you know. If you just want to talk about a memory or you know something that something that you think about. That's pretty much what all this stuff is. I mean, some people have a lot of photo books and photo albums and stuff like that. Well, a lot of this shit in my house is like a photo album, even though it's not a picture that I took, but it's just like an item that reminds me of a time or day or some time in my life, And I kind of I like I think that's why I hold on to them. They're just, I can just kind of look at something and kind of remember, brings back memories, and those are awesome. It's nice to have memories. So I guess I'll wrap it up here, you guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has a safe and healthy weekend and a great week ahead of you. Stay safe. God bless. Peace. Take care, guys.